This video is brought to you by the 9% and is powered by Petty Vision Productions. Now sit back and enjoy the show.
I wake up every minute with the fever dreams. I push a mind to a limit where it needs to be. I work blind, got vision I don't need to see. I'm picking mind over matter, I believe in me. I need to find more hours in the day to breathe. Need to find more power in the way I be. And when my mind turns sour with the painful scenes, I need to scream out loud, I can't stop me. I wanna be the greatest like Rocky. You know I leave them all hating like a hobby. I'm out here making moves like a lobby. And if you ain't with me, it's your loss. See, I got my mind on the facts. I'm a python, grab what I like real fast. So until I have everything I attack, everything that I lack, everything that I want, and I see, matter of fact. Cause I'm my own worst enemy. Only if I let it be. I can control anything if I can just think carefully. I control my destiny. Deep up in my mind I manifest it. Every morning I wake up obsessed and everything I do the best. And deep within my mind you know I'll always manifest it.
What up, though? It's the word. I am your reality coach, and this is a shot of reality. But before we get into that, let me get into the chat. Tracy, what up, sis? Appreciate you. Dome, what up, bro? Appreciate you, Dome. Dee Dee's in the building. What up, sis? Hey, I appreciate everybody rocking out. I wasn't gonna go live. I ain't gonna. Bud Files, what up, brother? Appreciate you. Apologize, didn't see you. I wasn't gonna go live because the Lions lost, and I feel some type of way, but I'm over it. You know, they did good this year. Probably never see this happen again, but they got there. That's all that matters. Even though they got out coached, and I ain't gonna talk about it. But we gonna talk about this. Forgive but never forget. You know, I used to live by that. To forgive, I gotta forget. I used to live by that. And then I recognized something, right? That same thing I forgave other people for, I had a tendency of forgiving more other people because I didn't learn from it, right? I didn't learn from that experience because I forgot. I forgot the lesson because I chose to forget the situation. So that's how it worked for me. So I decided, like, no, I can forgive, but I ain't gonna forget because I'm gonna learn from it, you know, and learning from the situation actually helped me forgive a lot easier, you know, when I learned from the situation. And then I began to realize forgiveness is not to take the burden off the person that wronged you. Forgiveness is for you to take your own power back, for you to get over the situation. Because a lot of times when we don't forgive people, we tend to hold that in. We think about it constantly. I've seen older people be upset at people who wasn't even here no more. They never forgave them. That person, whatever that person did, still held that pain, that anger, that envy, whatever negative feeling, however they affected you, that was still in you. Only way to get that out is to let it go, right? But Bond, what up, though? Appreciate you. So the only way to truly let the transgression, whatever a person did to you, the only way to get it out of you is to get it out of you, to let it go. But you don't do that through anger. You know, even there's been cases where people wronged me and I wronged them back, and it still didn't make me feel better about the situation. I've heard people tell me that. Bronze, what up, fam? Appreciate you. Bond, you knew? Hey, if you do you make content? If you make content, let me know, bro. I don't mind. When the people first come through and they make content, I want to make sure the link drop. And then if they keep coming through, then, you know, we talk about it. But, there go a 9. What up, 9? My sister Eats in the building. The realest one is in the building. Hey, fam is in the building. I appreciate y'all. Hey, man, shout out to Tay Eats. earlier, she did a bomb show. Go definitely check it out. Check this out. Sis link is constantly getting dropped in the chat from Nightbot. So if it ain't there, it'll be there soon. Go check out her last live. She was talking about numbers, something she doing new over there. So definitely, if you're interested in it, it's about to be a membership tier. She got memberships. Definitely check it out, and you can contact her too to do consultations. So definitely check out that live. And shout out to Miss V too. Shout out to the winning team. You know, if you're part of the winning team, hey, you 9%. That's fam, right? We family. You know, the winning team and 9%. That's our fam. You know, she had a wonderful live earlier. Lead Farmer popped up. Goddess D popped up. I popped up there. 755. Blue Lotus. Lisa J. Stock. Who else was up there? She had an all-star panel. It was dope. You know, we was talking about YouTube etiquette, and there was so much sauce dropped over that. So definitely check out Miss V. Her link is constantly getting dropped in the chat too. So that's our YouTube support. You know, that's the one who helped us get where we at. You know, so we appreciate her. We're showing some love. So once her link it'll be in there to drop. Go definitely check her out. King, what up, brother? Appreciate you. Appreciate you. But yeah, you know I'm always show love to my people. That's every show, so get used to it. But yeah. So this is what I found, right? Learning from the situation. You know, sometimes the only thing you can learn is that the position you put yourself in. Like when I was younger, I couldn't dictate the situations I was in. You know, a lot of decisions were made for me, and I learned from that. Right? Learned how sometimes my stepfather, my mother, or my father may have made a bad mistake, a bad choice, and I had to learn from that, so I won't make the same mistakes with my kids. You know, and it's subtle things like um, studying psychology. I understood what happens when you condition, right? The process of conditioning. So looking at that, and I wrote a thesis paper on telling children about Santa Claus, like teaching children about these holidays and the myths around them, getting them to believe it, what it does to them long term, how can it affect them in their adulthood and their adolescent years and adulthood as far as trust. And I did the study. One of the main people was me because I didn't have trust in the elders once I found out they was lying to me. Santa Claus when certain things happen. So I began to question them a lot. So I used myself, and I got an A on my paper, by the way. But you know, I began to understand like conditioning and how you condition, and even knowing, equating that to forgiving and forgetting. Me learning that there's some things I couldn't change, but I learned from the mistakes of people who could change it, and then I moved forward with that. That's how I guess healed from a lot of my childhood trauma. Is just accepting and learning from it. And then now I'm older, I understand a lot of situations I put myself in. So I learned how to take accountability. No matter if someone else was at fault, I understood how I put myself in the vicinity for this person to even, you know, associate me with their experience. That's how I look at it now. That's why I say I'm not building something positive with somebody. We're not building. We have to have purpose. I have to have purpose when I deal with people in real life. There's no purpose for us interacting. I just don't do it. Just don't. No purpose. Nothing fruitful will come out of it. People are like, oh, well, you know, people, friends are friends for a reason, right? You see things in people that make them, you know, you want them to be your friend. You might see, hey, this person is really loyal. This person is really trustworthy. So even when you meeting friends, it's things in them that you see, qualities that's beneficial to you. So that's still purpose. So even building friendships, I look for certain things like that. If people ain't got it, they ain't got it. I don't fault them for it. Everyone can't be for everyone. Everyone ain't gonna be everyone's cup of tea. All that kumbaya, we all go get along. I'm just being real. That will never happen. It has never been like that in the history of humanity. It's just never been. Everyone always put themselves in tribes. People always put themselves around people they can build and grow with. That's what made communities. That's what made civilization. And if the people couldn't get along, they kicked people out. They used to send people to other countries, bro. Like seriously, like look through history. England, oh, you ain't meeting our standards. Get out of here. They start shipping people to other countries. You can see that in history, right? So all that kumbaya, nah. I need people who want things out of life, who ain't scared to put work in, and um, who enjoy success. Those are the type of people I like. For great, that's the only way you go do it. I agree with that, Don. That's what I say. I can't be the smartest person in the room. Somebody got to know more than me about something. If that's the case, I'm in the wrong damn room. I got to go. I'm straight. DJ Ron, what up? Appreciate you, DJ Ron. Oh, bro, trust me. Oh, the Faithful Lions. Oh man, bro, I don't even want to talk about it. I knew not to talk junk though. I was about to start talking junk, but I didn't. I don't want it to need it. Ain't nothing wrong with that. People, look, man. People, I noticed this. It might sound good. Thanks, sis. I appreciate it. I was playing with it, and my son didn't touch my settings on my soundboard. I think I found some settings. Jimmy Joe, what up, though? Appreciate you. Appreciate you, Jimmy Joe. But this is the thing I learned about. Like I said, forgive. You know, a lot of times we don't truly move forward until we forgive. When you forgive, they say forgive and forget because you're not thinking about it. It's not affecting you. But this is the thing with me. This is what I learned. A lot of times when you forget things, they tend to happen again and again. It might not even be with the same person. It might be with somebody else. But when you learn from it, you understand how to avoid, how to recognize things, how to get out before you get hurt. That's when you learn from it. And look, it's times I did things in my life where I asked for forgiveness, right? And the person didn't get it. From Ireland, we appreciate you, brother. We appreciate you. Hey, if you do you make content, just put yes or no in the chat. If you make content, somebody please drop this link. You can drop DJ Ron link. But this is the thing. It's things that I matured, I grew up, I went back to apologize, try to rectify the situation. The people didn't accept my apology. So I had to forgive myself. A lot of times we got to learn how to forgive ourselves. It's still things that I think about in my past, and I'm like, man, what if I would have just did this different, did that, or didn't do this, or didn't do that, and I had to learn how to forgive myself. What's done is done, learn from it, so you don't do it again. Well, we appreciate you. Definitely let us know if you decide to do content. We'll definitely support you. But I had to learn how to forgive myself. And I promise you, the easiest way, if you haven't tried it before, learn from the situation. Once you extract that lesson, you'll realize, like, okay, um, this happened. Now I understand, and I can move forward. That's the whole forgetting part. You forget so you can move forward. But if you lesson. You don't take the lesson out of the situation. What's the purpose of going through something if you ain't gonna get nothing from it? At least learn a lesson. Even bad situations, good situations, learn from it. Learn from the situation. Even in good, how can I make this? How can I replicate this? How can I make this happen again and again? Because it feels good. Don't get too yet. Damn, don't man get a stick. I thought don't man a stick. I get him. But yeah, definitely forgive. So, and this too. And when you forgive somebody, that don't mean you have to deal with them. In fact, most of the time, the only reason I can't forgive people because I know I never have to see them again. Out of sight, out of mind. Not hard for me to forgive you if I never have to see you. You know, certain situations, you know, like I said, you're not taking off the burden of what a person did to you by forgiving them. You're taking your power back. You're deciding, hey, you know what, this happened. I'm moving forward. I'm not gonna let it stop me. I'm not gonna let it hinder me. It is what it is. Like we see the effects of what happens to people when you ruminate, when you hold on to things too long. They affect you in different aspects of your life. I remember working in the hospital. You always knew when somebody was having problems at home, so, especially with the women, right? And I think I understood the science of it. And when I told this to a lady one day, she never approached me like that again. But I told her, I said, because she was the nurse anesthetist, right? So I used to basically work for her. I'm under her, right? Meaning she can tell me, go here, go there, do this, do that. So she used to come in with this attitude and, you know, criticizing people, like picking the littlest things to try to credit. You could tell like she going through something at home. And one day I told her, I said, um, just because you have authority over me, you shouldn't abuse it because you're having a bad day. I don't know what you're going through at home, but I'm not your husband, and you taking it out on me. You're not going to feel better until you have a conversation with him. I told her that. She looked at me and started crying. I hugged her, and she said, "You're right." She never approached me with aggression again. She was like that for 2 years. She ended up getting a divorce like a year later. And then she was happy. She was happy, happy. First, she was sad because she had to raise her. You know, she was a single mother now. But you know, I guess the more she was without them, and she ended up. I think she dating somebody now. Last time I talked to her, she was dating somebody. But in that instance right there, you know, a lot of times people will be going through stuff and take things out on you. And in a work environment, I had to, you know, I need my job, so I had to figure out a way because like you're not gonna keep pushing me, and I'm not gonna say nothing. But at the same time, I understood something. It was something deeper, and I knew she was going through something at home. She couldn't, she didn't have the power at home, so she abused the power where she did have it, and that was at work. You know, so that happens often. And some people who even did that, I forgave them, but we'll never be cool because that's part of your personality. You know, we can be cool at work, but no, I'm not hanging out with you. Because if you do that at work, what you think will happen if you try to do that off work? We ain't that cool with men and women. Man, you know what, Tay? You, I'm only. It's like my heart is broke, but I'm happy because I grew up a 49ers fan. So I'm still a Niners fan at heart, but I'm in a D. You know, and the Lions just lost a heartbreaker today. And you put that blasphemy in my chat. 49ers. You actually put okay. You cool though. I guess it's cool because you're not. You're not cool. You know I'm joking. Still a Raiders fan. But yeah, so I mean, even when you forgive someone, that don't mean you have to deal with the person. Sometimes uh, the space you're not dealing with the person is it makes forgiving them more digestible. You know, it's easy to forgive them if you don't have to deal with them. You got to constantly see them. That's gonna be work. It's hard to forgive. You know, really hard to forgive someone. You know, it took time. It took understanding. And then, like, I don't know, is this just me? But like when you do something, you be like, and you say sorry, you expect somebody to forgive you. But when somebody do something to you like, nah, you go. I don't know. I'm not go. You know, I always try to be transparent. But that's how it was. Like if I did something that said sorry, I just expected the person to forgive me. But then when people did stuff to me, it was like, nah, you ain't sorry. It was like, and then I understood like why people were so quick to forgive me. You know, it's just the feeling in general, how you perceive the interaction or the transgression, rather. Um, TW Popcorn in the building. What up, though? Appreciate you. Did I miss anybody else? Did I miss anybody? Appreciate everybody here. Make sure y'all do me a favor. Hit that like button for your boy. Appreciate it. But forgiveness, you know. Now, let me ask y'all something. PIA in the building, too? PIA, what up, sis? Appreciate. Hey, I love that bracelet. I love the bracelet. I'm gonna get my camera together so I can just take a picture of it, put it on my community wall. But yeah, definitely check out PIA. She got some great artwork over there. I ordered something and she gave me a special gift too. She threw something extra in for me and I greatly appreciate it. Great artist. She creates something out of nothing. I promise you, you will enjoy her channel and you will enjoy her work. But yeah, so when you forgiveness, and like I said, sometimes you can forgive people and still work with them, still have a relationship, but don't feel forced. You know that don't go together. You know, forgiveness and look and interaction. That's not a guarantee. You know, like I said, forgiveness is not even for to take the burden off of what the person did to you. Forgiveness is for you to take your own power back, for you to get over the situation. Because when you don't forgive, you hold on to it, constantly thinking. When you think about what a person did to you, you also relive that same emotion. So if it's something negative, you know, sometimes fear turn into anger. You get older, people did something to you, and you're not afraid of them no more. Now you're angry. Now you're angry. So these feelings are attached to that thought. That thought is attached to that experience. So what worked for me, you know, and this is why I always implore people to try, learn from, grow from. When something takes something from you, you got to take it back. You have to take it back. And the way I learned to take my power back was to learn, was to grow, was to understand. It's things that happen to us in our childhood. We don't understand why people didn't protect us. We don't understand how it happened. What we can get from that is a lesson. People have made bad mistakes. Bad things have happened. That that means we have to make better decisions, create better choices through our decision making. Our pain is our education. Our pain is our knowledge. That's what's in that pain. You just got to dig it out. Is it work? Yes, it is work. But guess what? Just like anything, when it comes to work, the sooner you do it, the sooner you finish. The sooner you start, the sooner you finish. And then when it comes to healing yourself from your past, it's work, you know, it's work, but it's valuable. And not only after you do the work, you can help other people get to where you are, even if it's just showing them as a possibility. So many people have seen where I came from and look at me now and they understand, like, hey, he did it, I can do it. If he changed, I can change. Everything is simply choice. This is the thing, though. You have to pay attention to choices that you're making. Are you creating them, or is someone else creating them? That's the difference in choices and decisions. Choices are given for you to make. Decisions create choices. So the person who making the decisions on what choices you have, is that you or is that someone else? My bad, I'm getting back into the chat. It's making other laugh. Yeah. Hey Jimmy, you got to get over to Tay. You have to let Tay do your life path number. Yeah, but you know, it's one of those old sayings. You know, forgive and forget. I don't believe you forget. I believe you learn from it. Once you forget, you forget. I kept running into the same issues over and over, and I was wondering why. Because I didn't learn from it. Like when we go through things in life, the things that we can tend to go through over and over and over is because we didn't learn from it. Those are cycles. Even when people say generational curses, that's learned behavior. If you look at the generational curse, you can give me anyone. It's learned behavior. I promise you. They almost put themselves in the same position as their mother or father put themselves in because you're conditioned. Think about it. We accept things because that's how we was raised. I don't mean it was right, but we accept it. So as we get older, we kind of replicate the same thing over and over and over. Few, well, I ain't gonna say few, but a lot of people, um, we supposed to learn from the mistakes of our ancestors, from our elders, learn from those mistakes. Um, so our kids ain't making the same mistakes, but they making new mistakes. That's what I always tell my wife. Like, look, I know I can't prevent my son from making mistakes, but he not gonna make the same mistake I made. He gonna make some whole new mistakes, some stuff I don't even know about. Them the kind of mistakes he gonna make. I'm gonna make sure he don't make the same ones I did. He can make his own mistakes. Ain't no burden of the father getting passed down to the son over here. You skydive when you turn 40. I had to repeat the same thing several times, and that's what happens when we don't. It's a lesson to be learned through every experience in life. Anything you go through, there's something there for you to learn from. And what happens is we go through it and don't learn it, and then it happens again and again and again. I kept making the mistake selecting the same type of female. Then I realized it's not the female, it's me. I'm accepting something that I didn't want. And now I'm trying to make this female into the ideal female that I think she should be. You shouldn't do this, you shouldn't do that. At the end of the day, people go do what they do. You can influence people. You know, if a person's heart changes, then their mind will change. But you can't force nobody to change. That has to be an internal desire. You know, you can give them everything, all the tools, all the resources in the world, And if they don't want to use it or take it, then they're just not. That's like, um, I don't know anybody ever, did community work or just did something for people, a stranger, just helping somebody you don't know, right? Sometimes helping people you do know. You can do everything right for 'em. We used to help people get off the street, right? Um, but then you see some of the same people next week on the street. We used to work with Focus Hope. I don't know if y'all got that, but we had passed out um, like turkeys and stuff around the holiday, and we did that. And we went to a part of the city I never really went to, and we know that there was a whole bunch of people living on the street, but it was a homeless shelter not too far. So, and I'm working with CRNA, so they got money. So they went and rented a van one day and collected all the homeless people, and we'd do that right before the holiday. Make sure they're in the shelter. They end up building a relationship with the shelter anyway. And the next day, the same people, like 4 or 5 of the same people we helped, right back on the street. It was comfortable there. You can't help everybody. And a lot of times we focus on helping the wrong people, right? People who we truly can't help, people who ain't ready to be helped. Sometimes people it's just not that time for them to be helped. But that takes the focus off the people who you can help. So that's what I focus on now. The people who I can't help, and the people who I can't help usually come around. You know, they don't come around, and I can't go find them. Liz B in the building. What up, sis? Meek in the building too. What up, sis? Hold on, I gotta scroll up. What happened to PIA? My husband for abuse 20 years ago, but can never forget. That allowed me to move forward and not look back. And see, that's what I'm saying. So PIA, you know exactly what I'm saying. And it's hard, but you gain power back. And like you said, you don't look back. You don't look back. And I'm pretty sure you learned from it. You took something from it. You understood. You recognize something in people now. It's something that you got from that made you feel comfortable moving forward. And that's how it usually works. Karma is real. Karma is really real, especially, and that's why I try not to do nothing intentionally negative to nobody. I don't. I understand karma down to the thought, literally. Like I'm responsible. I have to be responsible for my thoughts. I have thought stuff and things happen. And what people don't even understand about karma is the energy. So when you do something, when you think something, and it's negative towards someone else, that's you putting negative energy out. It's coming back. No matter how whatever you did affected the person, that energy you put out is coming back to you. Karma works in the most mysterious ways sometimes. Sometimes it hits you right away. Sometimes it build up. Sometimes it carry on into your next life. But it's coming. And what you hold dear sometimes is not even you physically. It can, yeah. I do my best not to do nothing out of spite, out of hate. And that's the thing, PIA. You ain't got to. You ain't got to. What he did to you, he did that to himself. By him hurting you, he put that energy out. You don't have to do nothing. You can wish well for him all day, but he still got to reap what he sowed. You still got to deal with that. You know, like in my life, I know I hurt people, right? I'm being honest. I know I hurt people. So when things happen to me now, I just accept it. I don't ask why. And I'm thankful, honestly, because I got kids, man. I got people I love. I will take all the burden of what I did, and shit. Hell, I take what they did too. I can carry those crosses. I'm built for it, literally. I'm built. I never understood it, but I do now. I'm built for burdens, but I'm not putting it out there intentionally because I already know I got more coming in life. I do, but I deal with it when it comes, and I accept it, and I'm thankful for it that it hit me and not somebody I love. So now I just move forward without malice in my heart, man. I don't I don't know why. I know why. Um, it's just I wish people would listen. You know, people don't listen because when people just wake up bothering other people, they got to understand that's an internal problem. If you wake up focusing on anything or anybody besides yourself, uh, first of all, you got a problem. Especially if you're focusing on people and you focusing on doing things that don't benefit you. Tearing someone down does not benefit someone. Like I said, you put negative juju back in the atmosphere, so that don't benefit no one. So you focusing on doing that, it just shows that you don't have too much in life to look forward to. You know, because my life is busy. I ain't got time to be walking around thinking about how to hurt people. I'm thinking about how to build brands, how to expand what we doing here. I'm thinking of positive things. How far can we take this? How big can we build this? Um, who can we, incorporate to make it bigger, stronger, better? I'm thinking all types of crazy things. Not about just this. I got businesses. I got family businesses. So it's trying to understand how to become better. That's what takes a lot of my time up thinking. Not how can I hurt somebody. It's like that's wild. So it wouldn't be a learned behavior, yeah. Oh, he passed away yesterday. Dang. We'll never deal with it again. And see, sometimes we are sent or have experiences to teach us why it's important to have boundaries and why it's necessary to set them. And unfortunately, some of those lessons be tough lessons because we didn't learn them in the first place to implement them. So to prevent the thing, and not only for us to go through, but now we can teach the ones coming behind us how important it is. Give me 1 second.
This video is brought to you by the 9% and is powered by Petty Vision Productions. Now sit back and enjoy the show.
I can feel the blood creeping up from the heathens. Got will, got fight, got pride, got reason. If they wanna go eat, then you know I'm gon' feed them. If you're coming for me, hope you're ready for a demon. I got eyes in the back of my head, I'm seeing. Take me for granted and you know I'm leaving. I'ma take what's mine with the webs I'm weaving. I could take this crowd from seeing to believing. Got a taste for blood and my tongue keeps bleeding from the words I
spit so sharp, so freezing, so cold. Behold, frostbite they feeling. I could tear you apart or I could go heal them. Don't believe in fate, don't believe in ceilings. I just need a taste and my mind starts feeling. I don't pace myself, I grind on kneeling. Got lust for change, I just love the feeling. I ain't gonna give up. Got too little time, I'ma live up. Head down, push forward through the tough times. Cause anything worth doing is a tough climb. And I ain't gonna give up. Got too little time, I'ma live up. Head down, push forward through the tough times. Cause anything worth doing is a tough climb. Cause I'ma live life for the fight, yeah, I'm here to get it. I got drive, got sight, always have a vision. I go by at night, I be in my feelings. I'ma be fine, need time, and I'll soon be winning. I live life for the fight, yeah, I'm here to get it. I got drive, got sight, always have a vision. I go by at night, I be in my feelings. I'ma be fine, need time, and I'll...
Yeah, that's definitely a fact. And you know what? Like when I got older, I told my mom some of the stuff like my stepdad did. And I never told her because when I was younger, he told me if I did, he'd eliminate both of us. So he told me that when I was 9 years old. The first time, he put his hands on me. I forgot to do my homework. He took a broom when I was sleeping, one of them wooden brooms, and he hit me. And like the third time he hit me, it broke. And then he sat on top of me and punched me in my face, and my left eye was closed. Right. I was 9 years. No, I was 10 years old. I had just turned 10, so I was 10 years old when he did that. And he told me if I told my mother, he'd eliminate both of us. Now, mind you, we just moved from Pennsylvania. And my mom actually had to travel back because she couldn't find a job in Michigan yet. So she had traveled back down there, be gone for like 3 or 4 days, and then come back for 2 days, and then go back down there. So this was when she was away on one of them trips. So when she came back, I told her some people jumped me, and she told me stop lying. Like she knew I was lying. I don't know how. She just knew I was lying, but I kept telling her that, because I was afraid. You know. So up until I was 14, I was afraid anytime he put his hands on me. I was afraid to tell my mom like he was hitting me. Like he when I was 14, I had a growth spurt and I beat the living crap out of him. I put him in the hospital for 2 days. I was never afraid of him again. But I still never told my mom what he did when I was a kid. When I told her that, she told me that, a couple things that I never knew he put his hands on her. And now I'm grown. And it took everything in my body. Um, it took everything in my body not to put my hands on him. And I told my mother the only way I can live life and not do something to him if I forgave him. And I told her I don't know if I can do that. She told me she needed me to. She told me she needed me to. See, my biggest fear in life was to disappoint my mother. I wasn't afraid to go to jail. I wasn't afraid to die. Still not afraid to die. Not afraid of anything. My biggest fear was to disappoint my mother. That terrified me. But anytime I did something stupid, it made my heart pound, thinking like, what if my mom found out? How would she feel? So hurt her feelings. Like me hurting my mother. The only thing I ever truly feared. Never feared a man or nothing. Never feared it. I never wanted to disappoint my mom. Never wanted to hurt her. But I had to. I had to forgive. Because that's the only way I wasn't going to do something to him. So I found a way. I just learned the information. When I learned, I understood like a lot of times when people wrong us, we want justice. We want that. We want things to be rectified, right? Eye for an eye. But sometimes getting that, you cause more problems. One of the most humbling lessons I ever learned in life, that I would cause more problems because I would hurt more people. Me doing something, those situations were done and over with. Wasn't nothing that we can't go back in time and change it. But if I do something today, it has consequences. It has consequences. Give me one more second. My bad. Just getting a bottle for the baby.
I'm not a monster. I'm just ahead of the curve in a world that's lost its way.
Is everybody in the world blind? Please, Lord, give me a sign, a sign. I feel like I'm losing my mind. Is everybody in the world blind? Please, Lord, give me a sign, a sign.
I wanna be the greatest. Everybody on the fake shit. I look around and feel like everybody is the fakest. I make this every day and I'm impatient, hoping one day I blow up from the basement. Statement, the top is so vacant. I don't hear shit that I think is amazing. Waiting for my day when I'm playing sold out shows for 1,000 faces. Hey, give me that crown, get in my way and to be put down. It ain't your place, all this my town. If I want that shit, then I'll get it right now. I'm losing it, the noose it fits. I'm losing shit, a stupid myth. You choose to live or choose to dip. You choose to fight or lose your grip and lose a gift.
I feel like I'm losing my mind. Is everybody in the world blind? Please, Lord, give me a sign, a sign. I feel like I'm losing my mind. Is everybody in the world blind? Please, Lord, give me a sign, a sign.
Yeah. There's no mercy in this world, just hunger-thirsty persons in different versions. Each new update, that shit worsens. Why? Pull back the curtain and you'll see the different vermin. We all have different burdens that all seem to cause disturbance. Yo, do me a favor, don't treat me like a neighbor. Don't need the different flavors of your problems just to savor.
Yeah, you know what, Jersey, I don't even hate him, and like this the same dude put a knife in my chest. He literally almost after that beating he took, the next time we got into it, he put a knife in my chest. If he had a gun, he probably would have shot me. I was way bigger. He was only I think he like 5'7", 5'8". I've been 6 foot since I've been probably 15. I've been this height since I've been about 15, 16. But I was taller than him when I was 14. I was like 5'9". So, that was one of his things too. The Napoleon complex with me. And my dad bigger. My dad was always bigger. And I didn't know when I was younger. Because I used to wonder, why does this dude got so much animosity against me? Me and my dad favor each other a lot. My dad's sons, me and my brother, we look like my dad. You can tell that that's our dad. But I used to always wonder, why he got so much animosity towards me. I didn't know my dad beat him up before. So I'm like, oh, that's why you don't like me. My daddy beat him up. So, yeah, that's why I ain't like him. But, yeah, I learned from him. I'm not bitter. I'm not angry at him. And, when you were saying karma, the things he been through, when he was with my mom, he was on top of the world. Now, barely have relationships with family. Don't nobody really deal with him too much. And that's on his own accord. It's not, it's because of the way he treat people. Just the way he treat people. So don't nobody really deal with him. So he miserable. Even after all that, it's you give people chances. And it is what it is. Like I don't talk to them. I don't deal with them no more. Like I got kids. You're not ever gonna be around my kids. Never. Like your biological grandkids, you don't treat right. You don't put no effort into knowing them. So I mean, you my stepfather. You ain't blood, bro. You ain't got no reason to be around my kids. Never. But no, I ain't putting no hate in my heart because of something somebody else did. I'm not gonna do it, and I try to prevent that. And I know there's certain situations in life I haven't experienced, so I can't say I never do it. But I'm consciously aware of not doing it. You know, consciously because you have to be. This world is ugly. There's some ugly people in it, and I just try to stay away from them. Focus on building with the right people, having fun doing it, learning, educating, building one another up, speaking life into one another. That's what I want to do. That's what I enjoy doing. You know, ain't bothering nobody. Just doing our thing. Just being great over here. That's all we gonna try to do. That's all we gonna do. We just gonna be great over here. Yeah, when I was younger, definitely. Man, I had so much malice and hate in my heart. But I ain't got it no more. I ain't got it no more. I let all of it go. No point in having it. You know, that's when you become bitter. You know, I did a whole show on bitterness. People ruminating with a lot of the things that happened to them in the past still affect them in the present. And that dims your future. You know, holding on to that luggage of the past. So it's good to let it go. Sometimes you can't just let it go. You know, it's a process. But it's important to enter that process. You know, recognize it and know it has to be done. You know, okay, yeah, this happened 20 years ago. This happened 30 years ago. This stuff with me, right, that happened almost 30 years ago when I was a kid. I didn't even know it affected me until it came up. And then I realized, that, oh, time to forgive somebody else. And you think back, I was thinking back about a situation and I felt some type of way. And every time I feel some type of way, I always ask myself, why? Why do I feel like that? And I remember what happened. Like, oh, yeah. Okay, I forgive you. I let it go. I don't feel that way no more. Now I'm good. Or make you better. Yeah, and that just shows your strength, PIA. That shows your strength. And you can see so many great aspects of you in the way you create in your art. You express yourself. I don't know if you noticed that, but I be looking at some of your art pieces and I can see different aspects. Your art tells a story. Even the way you made the bracelet, I was looking at it, and as I'm looking at it, I'm thinking like, what was she thinking when she came up with this design? What made her do it? You express yourself through your art. Yeah, and that's why I did that show on that, really. That's why I did that show on that bitterness, man. Because I see it in people. Like I can see it. I can tell when certain things happen. You can have conversations and you'll see certain things come out of people. And when I recognize it, I mean I understand it. It's nothing for me to judge. I be wanting to help people. Like ask people, are they aware of it? You know, first before you can fix any problem, you got to be aware of the problem. Right? If you ain't aware of it, you ain't gonna try to fix it. And sometimes things happen on a subconscious level. And you might not be consciously thinking this is why I'm angry, but something associated with it triggered you. Right now you're angry. You know, it might, and this is something. Hold on, let me grab this real quick.
Got a monster inside of me. You better better watch out if you ignite him. He's a road ahead of full prophecy to be the greatest beast the world has ever seen. I feed him every day like the bones clean. I feed him all the hate and he grows me, and he gets caused real big, pissed off quick. And if you cross him, you might drop dead. Metaphorically, of course, settling this war, never getting bored, loves the blood and gore, always wanting more, freedom from the source. They don't really understand until they feel the force apart it. If you start shit, you'll be heartless in the darkness, torn apart quick, you left scars ripped, you'll be chewed up and discarded.
And this world ain't right, won't accept it. Negative energy, I expect it. Once it's in your mind, it's infectious. So fight for your life and reject it. You better give me space, I'm protective. My adrenaline spikes when I'm threatened. And if you stay in my way, I'm aggressive. Cause when there's no exit, I'll kill when I'm desperate.
Okay, now check this out. Let me use myself for an example, right? But I'm saying this for awareness, right? So we all got pet peeves. We all understand we got boundaries and we got triggers. But this is something, when I was talking about awareness, you have to be aware you have a problem, right? And this happened on a subconscious level. And I was having a conversation and I became aware of it, like I was doing it. Right? There's not a lot of things that like kind of trigger me and set me off, right? It's not. One of the things is like when people know me, like when they know me, and they try to play mind games, I get furious, right? Because it's like, why you playing with me? Like you know me, so why you playing with me like this? It's like you're telling me you're trying to hurt me. And you're doing it in my face. That's how I feel about it. And when I first got on this app, I got triggered a couple times. And I became aware of it. Like, okay, now I understand. You know, sometimes people just want to try you. There's gonna be people in life who just try you. No matter. It's people who try Superman, right? So people go try you. No matter how strong or weak you are, no matter how skilled, it's always gonna be people who try you. Someone always going to try you. So I had to recognize that because that's something I need to work on because I don't like being triggered and I don't like people saying that they get to me. So I worked on that since I've been on this app. But if you go back to my earlier, I don't even know if they're on private. They might be on private or I deleted them. There was a couple times I got triggered. Like, bro, why is you playing games with? Like, I literally cut into people like that. And then I realized, like, that's what they wanted in the first place. So I understood I had to work on that. But it will be things that that trigger us, right? But then we got to question why. Why is this triggering? Sometimes it stems from things that happened to us in the past. You know, but understanding that, and because anything that can affect you emotionally and make you react, that's a weakness. People can exploit that. And I just built myself to the point where there's no purpose of being afraid. We know it's messed up people, but I'm going to build myself in a way where I can protect myself from these people. You know, and that way I can live my life. And when something happens, guess what? I'm prepared. So it's no big deal, and I keep it moving forward. So that's how I had to build myself. Because other than that, you always gonna be worried about what somebody gonna do, how somebody gonna do it. You won't be trusting people. It's just I'm straight. Hey, don't make me do a video of your growth because you know I make it funny. I can show when Tay from the time I met her till now. I can show you Tay's growth. Since you grew a lot, you matured mentally, spiritually, and physically in a short amount of time. And that's admirable because it shows you put in work. You know, it shows you put in work. You take becoming a better you seriously. You know, a lot of people just ignore a lot of things. Like you even admitting that a lot of people ignore things or justify or make excuses for it. You take full accountability and responsibility. Scream. You used to dissect people with words. He was like Shang Tsung taking people's souls up. What them eyes for, really? I think he waiting for you to answer a question, Tay. Uh oh. Um, but I'm trying to get out the comments. Anybody else step in when I was away? My bad. Yeah, but forgiveness is to take your power back. It's not to lift the burden. People think because you forgive people, I ain't forgiving them for that. Like you giving them something. You're not. By holding on to it, you're giving them room in your head, rent free. By holding on to stuff, that's what you're doing. You're giving them power by holding on to it. If it's not making you stronger, what is it making you? Holding on to pain somebody gave you, that ain't gonna make you stronger. Gonna make you weaker. Gonna make you more vulnerable. It's gonna take you away from opportunities. You ain't gonna trust people. So many negative things involved with it. That's why I never understood why people like to hold on to it. To me, it gave like I know, and this is not for everybody, but there are people who hold on to things that people do and use it as an excuse or a justification for their current behavior, for their current situation, for their current action. They use it. I mean, honestly, I can't think about it. Like my blood brother is the reason why I can't see. My stepfather put a knife in my chest. The people closest to me almost took me out. So I can be like everybody fucked up. If they did it, why won't you do it? Why won't you do it? Why won't you do it? My ex-wife did me dirty. None of that stuff people did to me made me stop believing in people. Made me stop interacting with people. I just understood those are individuals. Everybody is not like that. There's probably a lot of people just like them, but that's still not everybody. And if I go through life, then whatever they did, it hindered me. I allowed what they did to me to hinder me and not move forward to working with other people, for believing in other people, for trusting in other people because of what they did. Is that not what the end result? Is that not what people want when they hurt you? They want to dominate you. They want to control you. They want to damage you so no one else will deal with you. These are the reasons why people abuse people. They want to break you, not just physically, mentally, and spiritually. There's some sick people out here where they just want to dominate and they want to hurt people for no reason, for their own selfish reasons, because they was hurt, because they was dominated, or sometimes just because they just messed up people. Mhm. Really, she said she might have forgave you, but she never forgot. Mhm. But yeah, those things, Me personally, I know sometimes to forgive people, they have to be out of sight, out of mind. I can't deal with them no more. And I understand if people feel like that against me. I don't be trying to force no relationship. I don't know who I was just talking to, but that's weird to me. Like when people try to force themselves on you, oh, why you don't like me? I don't know. It's not the fact that I don't like people. It's just the fact that I don't believe I'm gonna have good interactions with everyone. So I don't just try to be everyone's friend. Like that's how things happen when you get together with no intention, with no purpose, for no reason, just because we both breathe in air, we supposed to be friends. No, I don't look at life like that. I believe you should be cordial. You should be respectful. You should give people dignity. You should act in dignity. This is what I believe. So a total stranger on the street, I'm gonna give you all that respect, dignity. I'm gonna be compassionate, but that don't mean we gonna be cool. Like we about to go watch the game and drink a bit. Nah, nah. I just don't. I don't like. It don't make sense to me. Like everybody, like I said, you can be cordial, you can be respectful, you can be compassionate to other people, you can empathize with other people, but it's like this whole kumbaya thing. Like that's not just not gonna work. It's not. You're gonna be forcing friendship sometimes, and then eventually it's gonna become a problem. Like I can't be friends with jealous people. I'm gonna tell you why. Because I like being fucking great. I like doing things on a large scale in life. I like having fun. I like enjoying life. I enjoy that. And jealous people, they don't like seeing it. If they can't achieve it, then automatic jealousy. Writers, what up, though, sis? Appreciate you. Appreciate you. Writer, automatic jealousy when people can't achieve. Like if they have a jealous spirit already, you just being you just being great. A lot of times you ain't even got to do nothing on a large scale. You can just have something more than them and they jealous. You can have something they don't have and they jealous. Never worked out for me. So once I see that spirit of jealousy in people, I'm straight. I can't deal with them. There's no point in me dealing with them. It's not gonna work out good. You know what? I'm gonna be honest with you, PIA. I didn't think I had any more. I went and because I do what they call cleansing. So every 7 years I go through like a spirit walk. But every year I go through a cleansing too. And in those cleansings you get like a guided and a lot of times basically I go back to the past. And I didn't think so until the other day when my mom mentioned a cousin of mine that I haven't spoke to or thought of in a long time, and I had a flash of memory. And that's what I was just telling you when I said, but I didn't think I had it no more until that happened. So I probably got more that I'm just truly not aware of. But I know exactly what you're talking about. I literally went back and thought I fixed or learned lessons from my childhood traumas until that happened. And I haven't heard that name in like 20 years. But I remember what that person did to me when I was 6 years old. It wasn't nothing bad. They was just teasing me because my mom, because I was living with my grandmother. And they used to tease me that my mom or my daddy didn't want me. That's why I was living with my grandma. I didn't even know that affected me until, um, but that wasn't the only cousin that did that. It was like six of my cousins did that. Mm. Yeah, I don't suppress things no more. It's a form of protection. It's a form of protection. But where I was at in my life, at that time, I was ready to face all that. Um, I was ready to face all that. Sometimes, um, I'll be honest with you. People tell you to go back and fix it. If it's not currently bothering you, I don't see why. Like you said, it's a form of protection. Sometimes, you can unbury something, and especially if it doesn't have the potential to affect you now. People say unbury it and deal with it, but um, I wouldn't agree. I believe in circumstances, and everybody's situation is different. But depending on what it is, if you live in life good now and it's not bothering you, I say continue to live life good. You go back and dig up some demons that ain't even there no more, really. I don't know. I mean, that's just my opinion, though. They say go back and you can't fix everything. Everything ain't meant to be fixed. Some things are just meant to be learned from. And that's the aspect I don't like. All these I be like listening to these people, even my clients, right? I got this one client. Um, he refused to see a therapist. He went to go see a counselor after he did therapy. None of that worked. And it's a friend of a friend. So it's actually like one of my wife's cousins, like family members. How that work? Like on the cousin husband side. Anyway, so I was asking him, well, what did you learn from the situation? And they like, what do you mean? And I'm like, okay, I understand, the situation, uh, how it affected you, how it traumatized you, uh, but what did you learn from it? And they didn't understand what I was saying. So the next session, he came back and told me, well, I took this from it, this, that. And for the next 3 sessions, they came back telling me what they learned from it. And now he said, don't bother him. He said, because he learned from it. He took power back. Now he understands it. He understand that he was helpless at the time, but now he's not. He understood all that, but it took for me to ask him what did he learn. And I'm like, that ain't a normal practice. I thought that was a normal practice, but I guess not. 3 therapists and a counselor. Nobody asked him what he learned. When do you feel the most confident doing something? When you know about it. When you learn. We go to our job. If you went to college to do whatever you do at work now, you walked in that door with confidence because you got a degree. You got knowledge of it. Knowing is such powerful understanding because so much fear comes from not knowing something, not knowing what to expect, not understanding the outcomes of different things that provokes and provides so much fear, pumps so much fear in. Like even some of the conversations I hear, what the system is doing, what the man is doing, with it, all those are fear based. Like what do you like? You can't do nothing about the government. The government is the government. We didn't put ourselves in a position where the government has more power. So I mean, but does that prevent you from living life? Like, are we on what level are we being affected from what the government does? That's what we got to look at. Well, the prices of the food and stuff goes up. That's true, but that means, I mean, we still consumers. We can control that by not buying it. Go shop at the little mom and pop stores in the farmer market and watch them damn prices come down. You know why people raise pricing? Well, because they know you will pay them. Imagine if they raised the prices and nobody bought that. Anything on the shelf got an expiration date. This is like common sense. I be telling people like, look, man, if you want to make a change, hit people in their pocket. That's all you got to do. Stop going to them big chains. Go to the little chains. Go to the little mom and pop stuff, and you go pay extra money anyway. So why not support them and watch them big companies watch their prices start dropping? What they gonna do with it? What they gonna do with all that stuff? This is why boycotting was so effective in the civil rights movement. People protesting don't boycott. That's why don't nothing get done. People go to these cities, like man, like you know how much money you just made that city protesting. Everybody ain't driving home. Million Man March. This is the crazy thing. When I was taking economics, right, one of the girls was like, "We should do, um, I forgot what an economic analysis on the Million Man March," and I'm like, "Why?" She made one good point. She said, "Because I'm from DC, I don't know no black owned um, motels in DC," and I'm like, "What?" She said, "So when they go there and they stand, you know how much money that city is making? They got to eat, they got to sleep, they go buy stuff, they go spend money, but they protesting for what? Like, who ain't no black people getting that money?" And man, I'm telling you, oh man, it blew my mind. You going down there marching, the gas stations. Think about all the people who made money besides black people. None of these businesses was black, so none of black people benefited from the Million Man March. Y'all just made all them people that money. That's why don't nobody care about that. Go ahead, you gonna make us some money. You ain't boycott. That's what makes that was the impact. Was the boycott. We're gonna stop spending money if you don't listen to it. You ain't getting our money. El Legend, what up, though, brother? Appreciate you. But that's why the protests worked back in the day in the civil rights movement because they boycott. Ain't nobody trying to boycott today. We too convenient. You getting tired of them damn prices in that grocery store? Go to the little fellas, and I promise you, those prices change quick. Cause ain't nobody, all that stuff got an expiration date. Would you go throw it away? Make them throw it away. They would rather cut the price in half before they throw something away. They're trying to repackage it, but they definitely ain't throwing it away. I bring it. How are you? People understand money when you hit them pockets. Thank you, sis. Appreciate that. That's how you make an impact. Was hit them pockets. Hey, Tay was saying that the other night, and the brothers was like, "Well, if you got money, look, man. Anybody who got money, one thing they don't like doing is wasting money. They don't want to have to pay no unnecessary bills or charges if they don't have people who got money. They understand money make money. You don't make money by spending money. You make it by making money. Making money make money. So that the best way to effectively protest to get a point across, in my opinion, is with the money. Boycott. I'd rather boycott before I protest. I ain't got time to be going down. I'm straight. I boycott though. Let's do that. You want to get stuff done? Hit the money. Yeah, they got hot at you, sis. But you was telling the truth. You was telling the truth. That's how you make people listen. That's how you make people understand. Is to affect the money. That's what people value most nowadays is money, right? So if you want to get a point across, uh, mess with somebody's pocket. You know, just like I bring it say, take away their funds. Exactly. But I definitely appreciate everybody rocking out tonight. Yeah, this was I was supposed to put another thumbnail up, because I actually did a live like this before. But shout out to Leticia. You know, she wanted me to speak on this again, um, because you know I know she going through something too. But I really wanted to expound on that point because that's the point she put in the chat, that you know people feel just because you forgave them and you won't deal with them that you still bitter from it or you still affected from it. It's like, no, you know, just because I forgive you don't mean I have to deal with you. A lot of times that forgiveness came with me understanding I don't have to deal with you. There has been instances. It has been people who forgave me for my transgressions when I was younger that they won't deal with me now, and that's fine. You know, um, that's fine. I understand because I feel the same way about some people. There's some people I can forgive them, I just never will deal with them. So, like I said, when I was younger, I used to think just because I said sorry, it was supposed to make everything better. You know, just because I said sorry, you know, and then until someone did something to me and sorry wasn't good enough. And then I understood why sorry is just not good enough. In some instances, it's not, you know, so, but everyone has different levels, different boundaries. And that's the important part. Just because, uh, hey, growing what I'm eat, what up though, bro? Appreciate you. You know, just because Tay can forgive uh, me for something don't mean Realist can forgive it. You know what I'm saying? Might be the same thing, same situation. You know, I might have did something foul to both of them, but Tay forgave me and Realist didn't. Just because Tay forgave me don't mean Realist have to. Just because Tay decided to deal with me afterwards don't mean Realist have to. You know, it's different strokes for different folks. Everybody will see things differently. You know, that's why I never try to tell a person how they should feel. You know, that's another thing too. Oh my goodness. That might be a whole show, right? You can't tell nobody how they should feel about anything. You know, I've heard people say, "Oh, you taking it too serious." I don't look at it like, "Well, it ain't happened to you, and we're not talking about you. We're talking about them." You will tell somebody how they should feel. That's like one of the weirdest things I ever heard. Like people say, "Oh, you taking things," and then like, but I guess because I know what gaslighting is. Like, I know different forms. I done seen it on many different levels. Like I'm telling you, like working in the OR, when you talk about Machiavellianism, when you're talking about like dark triad, that's when I first experienced um, a dark triad. Like person who was a narcissist, who had Machiavellianism, and who was a sociopath. You know, they call those dark triads. They got three other highest behavior negative traits, right? Machiavellianism, narcissism, and psychopath or sociopath. I ain't gonna say they're interchangeable. One is genetically defined psychopath. They say they're born like that. And sociopath is someone who learns or who been conditioned through society to have psychopathic tendencies, you know, psychopath ways. But they're not a full psychopath, right? And that's socially designed, meaning the life experience, you know, made them like that. But anyway, like dealing with people like that, um, total different ball game than even dealing with people on this internet. Like I've seen people set people up to lose their jobs, lose their marriages. I'm talking about so smooth you wouldn't know until the person told you. So smooth with it, entice people. I seen well, I ain't in the street. I was about to say I'm snitching. But it was this doctor who paid this nurse to basically mess around with this married dude because he liked the dude wife. The dude and the wife worked there at the hospital, and his doctor wanted the wife, so he paid a nurse to have relationships with the dude, and he got and it worked out for him just like that. He got the wife. He ended up getting the wife. She left him for cheating. He worked on her for 2 years, and then they ended up getting married. And he told her everything that he did, and she didn't care. and they brag about it. And I'm like, was this all a game? Like, but she did not know at first. But after he told her, I guess she didn't care. She a doctor's wife now. Like, people are weird, man. That's probably why when I look at stuff like here, like this child's play, y'all doing. I'm seeing some life changing stuff. Like people really playing with other people's lives. And then I asked her, I'm like, hold on. Like, cause me and her was cool. I was cool with both. I wasn't cool with the doctor, but I was cool with both of them. And I asked her, I said, you ain't mad for him doing that? Like, he kind of, like, you was happy. She was like, well, I wasn't really happy, but I was happy. And I said, are you happy now? She like, yeah. And I said, you don't feel like he manipulated or nothing like that? She said, well, only thing he did, she was like, well, he didn't have to cheat on me. This is how she looked at it. She said her ex-husband didn't have to cheat. He could have turned just because he paid the girl that he didn't have to do nothing with it. And that's fact. And then she said, as crazy as it might sound, that he desired me so much that he was willing to go through all that to get to me. I'm like, I don't know. I just look at it a different way, but I understand her perspective. I'm not saying it's right or wrong. I just understand her perspective, right? She feel like this man did all this to get me. Like he paid a woman, like he did all this stuff. He must have really wanted me. And she said he take care of her. You know, it's not my, you know, not for me to judge. Not for me to judge. I mean, they happy as far as I know. I don't work there no more. And I was cool. I was more or less cool with the husband and got cool with the wife because they was married. And I used to hang out over there. We used to work out together. And I told him. And I told him. And see, that's the thing. Lust, right? If that's in you, it's in you. You know, if lust is in you, it's in you. You gotta have self control. You gotta have discipline. You know, you gotta have structure. You gotta have, um, because I know that when people not used to things like me, I've been around like beautiful women my whole life. My family, you know, I got beautiful women in my family. My best friend, if y'all see her, I promise you, you'll be jealous. You'll be jealous if you see my two best friends. They both can be like supermodels. They can be IG models, but they nurses. They, you know, they work. They ain't thinking about none of that. But I mean, beautiful women, absolutely beautiful. So I've been around beautiful women my whole life. My sisters, like my aunt, I've been around beautiful women my whole life. So if I see a beautiful woman, I can admire her. I don't have to lust over her. You know, that's self control. That's discipline. You know, I just feel like I don't know. I guess I'm a logical thinker. Stuff don't make sense. Like I'm married with two kids. Well, I fucked that up. You know, if I didn't want to be married, I shouldn't get married. You know, I know people say the longer you with somebody, it's not like that in my relationship. The longer I'm with my wife, the more fun we have, the more we grow together. I don't know. Maybe it's different. I don't know. It's different for everybody. But for me, it's like, you know, people used to say, even when I did real estate, you know, people used to ask my wife, like, oh, you ain't, because I was working at the hospital and doing real estate at the same time. So, like, some of the nurses, you know, they'd link up with me and I'd go show them houses. And one of the nurses, like, oh, you ain't afraid of your husband doing something with one of them ladies in that abandoned house? And she looked at her and said, you want to do something with my husband in the house or something? Like, why would you think of that? Like, my wife is a smart ass like me. But she asked her that, like, what made you think of that? Would you want to do something with him like that? You know, I do life insurance. I go to people's house all the time. A lot of my clients are women. Like, that's business. Just because I'm a man and that's a woman don't mean we gotta That's weird to me. People think like that. Like just because a man and a woman cool, got to be something. Nah. Well, that's normal. No, that's what you accept, and that's why it happens because that's you conditioned for it to happen. You just condition yourself. So, yeah, I would say most people. A lot of people don't have self control. But yeah, it's you know what I was about to tell you the other night. I went on Bigo and it wasn't a lot of women like you on Bigo. It was like a lot of women like the men come on your page was looking for. Because every page I went for, oh, give me some of this and I'll do this. And I'm looking like, oh man, y'all some thoughts on here. Like, y'all, wow, ain't no conversation on here. Ain't nobody talking about nothing enlightening. Ain't nobody got no knowledge, no information. Shit, dude, play some music or something. Like, damn, I'm thirsty too. So women be just as thirsty as men. If you don't believe me, go on Bigo. I'll be like, dang, man. Every time I go on there, something shaking. Like, come on, bro. Where the conversation? Yeah. But see, is I always say there's somebody out here for everybody. So there's people out here who like that, what happens is when they go off the reservation and they don't know how to act, people can't adapt. I can go on there and be like, oh, all y'all doing is X, Y, and Z. Stop. But I don't do that. I just go, okay, this ain't what I want, so I go somewhere else. I don't have to criticize them. I don't have to talk crap to them. That'd be weird. People go out their way. Is another app, PIA. PIA, I promise you, man. When they told me to download it, I downloaded it. PIA, when I tell you, when I made a profile and it said lives. Like you can scroll through the lives. Like if you're on YouTube, you can look through, whoever live, you can look through that. So I'm like, oh, it's that. And everyone I went to, it was just stuff shaking. And I'm like, oh no, where am I at? Let me get off here. But my wife see this and think I'm doing something crazy. It reminded me of Plenty of Fish 2.0. That's what it reminded me. And there's some wild stuff on there. I'm not even gonna say it on this because right now we still in the area of a kid show. So I'm not gonna say. I don't know if there's no creative way I can say it. But yeah, they was doing stuff on there that they shouldn't be doing. I'm gonna just say that. Um, yeah, yeah, they be getting a little loose on there. That's why I was like, nope, I am not going on this app unless Cisco live. I am not going exploring. I ain't trying to look. I don't go on there unless they live. I do not even look on it no more. I learned how to turn all the notifications off. And those people be thirsty, I guess, because I don't know. But everybody be like you can send people messages and you don't have to be like friends with them or nothing like that. They like come to my live, come to my live. So every 3 minutes you get a come to my live notification. Like this is wild. So no, I'm straight. I had to turn all that stuff off. I only deal with Tay over there. And it's kind of dope because we had conversations over there we don't really have over here, a little bit more unfiltered. So I enjoy. And then I get to kind of tighten up a couple trolls that come through there. So I get to have a little fun. I get to transmute energy over there. I get to have a little fun over there. Nate the Great is in the building. What up, though? Appreciate you, bro. Appreciate you. But yeah, so we be popping over there. So when I'm not over here, I'm usually over there with Sis, or I'm creating something, trying to make some new visuals. We got some other stuff coming down the road. It's like 4 or 5 shows I'm trying to get done. I'm about to do some upload, but My uploads will be a little different. About to get this camera, I'm gonna start recording, so you'll see my face more in the upload. Um, and the content, I'm gonna try to make it like some of the other content creators do their upload. So I'm trying to get more professional with the visuals and the way I record, and even like when I'm structuring the show. Like I got a couple shows that goats and sheep. That's gonna be an upload. I finished the script for it. I'm just working on the visual. That one I might not show my face in the camera because I think it's only like 5-6 minutes, but I got the visuals almost done for it. So I don't really think there's no need for me to show myself in that. But there's two more shows that I'm working on that I want to show my face in. I'm gonna show my face more once I get the little studio done. So look out for that. Um, Tay doing numbers over there. We got something. Oh man, I can't wait till y'all see what she been working on with the mastery of numbers. She do numerology, life path numbers over there, but she incorporating it more of her own self into it. So that's gonna be dope. So look out for that. And sis got membership. That's gonna be a tier to membership. So look out for that. Anti is working on stuff too. She got that motivational blogger. So she working a lot on her vlogs, and she getting her motivational pieces together. So like we really putting in work. Our goal is to create content that's valuable to you, so will get some value out of supporting. You know, there's no purpose of. I mean, we want you to like us, but we want you to like the content more. That way we know we're doing something, we having an impact, we are of value. Because what we do over here, all of us do it in our own way. We motivate, educate, and inspire. That's what we do. We got a motto, the 9%, a better you is a better us. Meaning the better we are on the individual level, the better we are collectively. We want to build a tribe and we start building it. Shout out to the winning team. We working with Miss V. Cat Daddy he's not content creator yet, but Cat Daddy came along. So we growing. We really serious about this. We creating solutions. You know, and getting together with purpose and doing positive things. Like, and there's room for everyone to grow. Everyone do their own thing. As long as we, as my boys say, hold on, brother. I gotta put this up at the second half of the show always. As the realist want to say, always act accordingly. There's room for everybody. That troll put in there, oh, no one's 9%. Like I said, this ain't something that you put on somebody. This is something you have to be responsible about. We really live this. We really want to help people. We really committed to creating the content, bringing the topics, the subject, the information. And it's stuff that I can't even say no more because sis be getting, she be getting on me. But just because you don't see it don't mean it ain't coming. Like, we really serious about this. We really believe that we can help ourselves by helping other people. You give people the right information that's beneficial to them. We talking about a click and a view. We ain't even talking about donation. We just need people to watch. I mean, there's other ways to get paid besides donation. We can get sponsored. If we get enough people to watch, we can get sponsorships. We don't need the people to directly donate, but we do need the people to support. So the easiest way to get that is to make the content that's valuable to them. That's our mission. That's what we do. If we can get them to watch. Well, how do you get them to watch? Entertain. Well, I ain't good at that, but I know some stuff. So why don't I just find a way to package this information to them where it's valuable to them and they want to watch, they want to share, they want to tell their friends and family. I got to get better at that, making it as a value to them. So yeah, it's cool, because you like us, you support us, but We on a mission. We're trying to put this good content out. That way, it's beneficial to people, not only watching, but people. I want to say something so good that people go to their people like, "Hey, man, you got to check this dude out. Listen to what he said." That's what the level I'm trying to get to, and I'm gonna get there. I just got to learn. There's some things I got to learn. Some things I got to understand. I truly don't know what's valuable to people. All this stuff I talk about is just what I see. I don't know if people really care about it until they tap in and start communicating with me. I don't know. I just see it. Oh, bro. I had some act accordingly. Hey, that's how you got to do, bro. That's how you market and brand yourself. That's how you market and brand yourself. That way you can go to bed and wake up acting accordingly. Hey, realist, you can get an online store and you probably can get those made, bro. I'm dead, bro. We're going to have to talk. RAD, what up, though? Tapping in from the Bay, much respect. That's a Bay thing, because I think Sleazy do that. Appreciate it. Yeah, bro. This is what I'm gonna do. I mean, that's what we doing over here, though, man. I mean, I know people don't understand, uh, and that's fine. Everything ain't meant to be understood. And like I know for a fact, this is just nature. It's natural. Everyone is not for everyone. But the thing is, like with me, I don't go bothering nobody, bro. Like if I see it ain't for me, then it ain't for me. So whoever that troll is in my comments, I'm not gonna keep going back and forth with you. You think the 9% is trash, that's fine. That's your opinion. You're entitled to it. Only thing I ever said is no one asked for it. No one really cares. So that all that energy, if you place it into what you're doing, I think you'll be successful in life. A lot of times people direct energy into things that don't benefit them and wonder why um, they are in a position they're in. It's because your energy was focused on the wrong thing. If you focus the energy, even anger, I create. I remember I used to, when I got angry, I used to hit the heavy bag, right? In the speed bag. And it was certain rotations and combinations I couldn't get. I just didn't do. But when I was angry, it was fluent. It just came natural. And I realized like I can use this. Yeah, I can use anger. Like people channel different energies different. Me, it's fuel. I can still focus when I'm angry. Sometimes I focus a little too much, but it can be used. James Money is in the building. What up, though? Appreciate you. So yeah, just be but with this forgive and forget before I get off topic. We're about to close out in a minute. I don't know if I don't think Sis going live. I know I went live a little early, but that means I get to get in bed a little early. But with this forgive and forget, for me, and that's why I wanted to share it because so often I hear people say, "Well, I'm not forgiving them because I'm not letting it go," and you got to understand what you're holding on to. You're holding on to pain, anger, all these negative emotions, and the person who did that to you still holds power because what they put in you, you still got. You still got it. And I've seen people hold on to it even though the person that did it to them is no longer here. And the longer you hold on to it, we talked about that. People didn't believe me, right? Like my sister, she got her PhD in psychology and education. And I was telling her about post-traumatic embitterment disorder. PTED. She was like, "That's not a disorder." I'm like, "Yes, it is. Look it up." She looked it up. She was like, "Oh my God, why I've never heard about this?" And I'm like, "Because you didn't look it up." Psychology got many different fields. She went in psychology and education, so she has a master's in like psychology, far as understanding behaviors, but her doctorate became in education. So she looks at statistics and determine, but she can determine behavior or not. I don't know how exactly to explain it. I'm gonna get her on the show and let her explain it. But she look at statistics and determine behavior, right? So, Leticia, what up, sis? What up, sis? Appreciate you. Yeah, I was telling everybody I dedicated this to you. I appreciate you for even bringing this up. So I hate that you came now and I'm about to end, but I think I did a good build, sis. I hope I did justice for you. But I did hit on that point too. You know, sometimes when we forgive people, it's easier to forgive them if we don't have to see them. We don't have to look at them. So forgiveness don't mean that I have to deal with you on any level. Forgiveness is for me to take my power back from the situation, for me to learn and grow and move forward. And sometimes moving forward means moving away from the thing that caused the pain or the issues in general. But I definitely wanted to point that out, because I know that's one of the points you made in the chat. But yeah, so like post-traumatic embitterment disorder, that's a real thing. You can look that up. PTED. You have PTSD, post-traumatic stress disorder, but embitterment means bitter. Embitterment actually means ruminating anger, meaning you holding on to something angry or sad for so long, it turns into something else. Bitterness and anger. Bitterness is like if you took a steak and it rotted. Right? The steak would be anger, but after it rotted, it becomes bitter, just like the term. You got some old fruit and it becomes spoiling old, it's bitter. Same concept. When you hold something for too long, something that's not worth really anything, it becomes bitter after a while. Even if you got something good, if you got some good fruit and it just stay out too long, it becomes rotten. If you bite it, it's bitter. PTED, post-traumatic embitterment disorder. That's a real thing, and it's not highly diagnosed. There's a lot of things ain't diagnosed. People walk around with and don't even know they have it because they've never been properly examined. I believe a lot of us, have different issues that we probably haven't sat down and talked to nobody about, just through the traumas of life. PTSD is levels to it. You might not know you're suffering from it until you trigger. Same thing with PTED. Same thing with PTED. You can be going through it and not really know it because no one has sat down and diagnosed you, especially in the African American community. There's so many things that we suffer from that go undiagnosed because it's kind of taboo for us to go to therapy. That should be, this 2024. Yeah, get over that. Like therapy, it just always been transparent. Therapy didn't work for me, but I always tell people it's valuable. Just because it didn't work for me don't mean it can't work for you. When it comes to therapy, I only went through 3 different therapists. I got a cousin who she loves therapy. She said she had to go through 6 therapists before she found her therapist. She told me it's like a good mechanic. You got to go through a couple ones until you find the one that resonates with you. So that could have been it, but luckily for me, I found another path. It was through education, I guess, if you want to call it. learning and practicing different religions and spiritual practices, different philosophy. I was really into like Asian philosophy. After practicing like Buddha and Taoism, I really got into like Asian philosophy. Confucius and Miyamoto was my two favorites. Now I never really got into the Greek philosophy. Shout out to Cat Daddy. He got me into the Stoicism. So I'm correlating different lessons and understanding and just finding more ways to deliver information to the people. I try to translate all this stuff to make it applicable in the way you can use it. Because a lot of this stuff is just um, they put too much sugar and whipped cream on it. Just give me what I need to know so I can do it. How can I apply it? A lot of that is not there. So, I try to break it down. I try to break that down for y'all. But, let me get my butt off here. I appreciate everybody rocking. I hopefully, like I said, I did some justice to this subject. Didn't have nothing written down. Didn't have no slides for y'all tonight. I am working on a couple shows next week. We definitely, probably tomorrow, we're going to talk about decorum. The quorum is a must. Ms. V did a great live earlier about YouTube etiquette. And over there, I introduced, I don't know if y'all familiar with the term netiquette, but it's basically YouTube etiquette. But that word was created in 1993, when the online really got popular. They coined the term netiquette, meaning etiquette online. Like if you look up the word etiquette, the etymology is an old French word. I believe it's from 1750 or 60, but it means prescribed behavior, right? So now, when you know about etymology, you got to understand the breakdown of the word, right? So when you look at prescribed, you go back and look that up. It comes from I don't want to say Latin word. I forgot what language it comes from, but prescribo, probably Latin. I remember the word prescribo, but that means like law or code or in a particular way, right? So when you look at prescribed behavior, you're looking at a behavior that's fitted for the environment. So each environment on YouTube would be different, right? So when I go in, the only way I can understand the decorum is to observe, and follow suit. Everybody run their thing different, but ultimately, when you walk in someone's house, no matter how they run it, you should respect their house for what it is, and that's what I try to do. That's all we can do. Real spill. What up, sis? The game is over, so I'm talking to you now. Sis. I understand. The Lions had to lose. I'm okay. I got over it. I had a therapy session with myself. It's just a football game, right? It's just a football game. No matter if it's been 30 years since they've been to the playoffs and they'll probably never be back there again. It's okay. It's okay. It's just a game. I can play Madden. Well, I can't play the video game. But if I could, I would play Madden and just let them win the Super Bowl, right? Who needs to win a Super Bowl in real life? It's Latin. Okay. It's prescribo. I'm a Latin. I haven't, like my mom speak Latin and every now and then. I don't speak it. Like it's one of those things. If you don't use it, you lose it. Like certain words, like I know it. Like if you speak it to me, I know it. But certain words I can't say no more. But my mom and my sister speak Latin and Spanish. Yeah, but I knew it was the Latin. I can tell by the construction of the word is the Latin word. But yeah. So we're gonna do that too. We're gonna have some fun over here. We're gonna have yeah. It's different things I'm working on. Like I promise you. Like and eventually this is gonna be like a production over here. I might have my shout out commercials. I'm gonna have different segments within the show. I got different shows already. Shout out to everyone who came to Kicking It with Sensei. That's something that we definitely plan on doing at least twice a month. Me and Cat Daddy sitting down talking about different things. We talked about resilience. This week we talked about integrity, but he got Cat Daddy was a resilience trainer in the military, so it's some exercises that he want to share to build resilience. Looking at these different concepts and being able to utilize them as tools, I promise you, in my life has propelled me and got me through so many different things. So like I said, the only thing I can do is share. If I see something that's useful, then I got some people waiting probably after the Super Bowl. I'm gonna try to get my cousin on here. I think it'd be dope telling his journey, how he made it to the league, how um, he became a Super Bowl champion, and some of the things that he's going through now as far as the sports. And then I wanted to get my aunt on here and talk about like her journey, being a mother of a NFL player, like the things that she had to go through. Cause like my aunt, they don't play that. They ain't for play, right? Like we got a tight knit family, and we look out for one another. We take care of one another. So the structure is there. So I think that'd be cool too. Um, you know, So yeah, we got some stuff coming. We got some stuff coming, and I'm gonna try to get my other cousin on here. He go on tours with Gary Owens. I'm gonna try to get Gary. See if we can get Gary Owens on here. I think that'd be dope. But I know for sure I can get my cousin. My cousin on tour with him all the time. Maybe he can call him while he on on live. I don't know, but I know this summer he got a pool party, and I think Gary go every year. So I'm gonna sneak down to that, see if we can talk to Gary on. So I'm gonna try to use as much resources as I can to bring some good conversation, good content over here. Oh, I'm gonna get in trouble. I don't think I'm sleepy. All right. Gary Brown in here. Buster will be perfect. Okay. I appreciate you, real spill. I do. So I truly appreciate you. Miss V in the building. Yeah, Miss V, I was giving you a shout out. My bad. I just think Miss V. I was giving you a shout out earlier. That was a dope live you had. I said she had an all-star team up there, man. It was me. Shout out to Lisa J. I know Lisa J in the building. Goddess D was up there, y'all. The Goddess was up there. We had 755 Media. We had Blue Lotus. Yeah, I didn't get the pleasure to share the panel with the brother, but Led Farmer was up there. She had an all-star cast up there today. Um, so that was the epic live. So much information. It was sauce overload, and that was followed. I mean, and that was before that. We had Tay Live. So it was a great day for the winning team and the 9%. I think this live was great. We had 1 point here, we had 19 people. So I appreciate everybody sharing, liking. Look, we go bring the content. We go build over here. My success is gonna be your success. I'm gonna share the love. I'm gonna whatever I can do to help. I always try to do that. That's what we gonna do. But we building. We building a tribe. Slowly but surely, we doing it the right way. The foundation is laid. Now we building up. You know. So yeah, like Miss V always say, buckle up, because we got a lot of great stuff coming. A lot of great people in the circle doing great things. A lot of bright lights, and bringing those lights together, we just go shine brighter. That's it. That's all. That's what it's gonna be. Yeah, it was a dope live. It was dope. It was dope, PIA. I promise you, it was dope. But that's all I got. I think I'm gonna be back tomorrow. I should be back tomorrow. Um, yeah, I definitely should be back tomorrow. We'll talk decorum. I'm about to actually start deleting a whole bunch of videos because various reasons. But I'm excited because we about to reapply. I probably ain't gonna do it I probably won't do it the first week, but I am up to reapply February 4th. So it's coming up soon. So yeah, look forward to that. We're gonna reapply, so we should be remonetized. I'm about to do an overhaul because, like I said, we vamping up for something new, something fresh. A lot of the lives, it's just it's not needed. You know, a lot of it's just not needed. So, you know, just clearing the space out. You know, I did pat myself on the back. I got like 600 videos in a year. You know, and I don't know how I did that. I guess shorts and editing video. But I'm like, I went live once a day. But I don't know how that happened, but it happened. But I was proud of myself for putting that much content out. But it wasn't all purposeful. Some of it was just me going live talking. So now I'm excited to see how much content I can put out, doing it with purpose, you know. So that's what growth is. You know, I was able to reflect back, see what worked, see what don't work, and move forward. But I'm gonna keep talking, so let me shut up. Let me check and make sure ain't nobody else walking in. I appreciate you, Real Spill. Make a chicken tomorrow, eat. Y'all some clowns, man. Hold on, what did I say? You about to make, okay, I'm about to go back in here. I ain't looking at that. But, yeah, y'all know what I always say. Care about how you feel. These are the conversations to build nations. And if I said anything that resonated with you, do me a favor. Hit that share button. Tell somebody to tell somebody. Help me spread the word. But until tomorrow, I'm out. Hey, make sure, because somebody, I don't know if Real Spill, I don't have my phone with me. Can y'all make sure Real Spill link is in the chat, please? I don't know if she had a wrench. I got to go back.
You could try to play, but you're never gonna beat me. Look the other way, what I'm doing ain't easy. Bloody hands stained from the people who deceive me. Muddy hands break through the chains, go free me. Looking for change, looking for pain. Pulling a mob, pushing a train. I'll never stop, stick to a lane. Pick up the pieces and go rearrange. I'll be the best above all the rest, put me to the test and expect nothing less, your check is I'm chess, what's happening next, yeah.
He got the venom, a tangible weapon, no coming in second. This life is a lesson, he got a new engine from pain, it's a blessing. New focus, no guessing, just bold and obsession. All in his possession, you got their attention. I'll leave an impression and take your redemption. Just kill no discretion, your mind is a weapon. 11-11, it's time for progression,
You could try to play, but you're never gonna beat me. Look the other way, what I'm doing ain't easy. Bloody hands stained from the people who deceive me. Muddy hands break through the chains, go free me. People like sheep move feet, hurt it easy. You don't wanna be fast asleep when they're scheming. Better stand tall, ready for a fight, believe me. When they try the chains, you can say no, free me.
So he's been looking for somebody who could save him, instead of searching inside for what they gave him. A strong will, strong mind causes mayhem. We could change the world, change times, rearrange them. Staying on pace, running the race. Life is a chase, I don't want a place.